true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, up, up. You'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes. You'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Tuesday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Still working on the Inlay. We got a pretty good chunk done since we were here last Thursday. I think we were about the bottom of the beep, and so I got quite a few lines done. But I do want to thank everybody for joining us. If you're watching us live or you're watching us later, I do appreciate it. Do not forget to give the shares, the thumbs up, the likes, all that good stuff. Let people know we're out there. Let it, try to get more people to drop in here. We stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 12:30 p.m. Central Time now, to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So I still need to change my intro there, but we're not going to show the picture we're going for today right off the bat, since right now we're currently upside down. Whenever I'm working back this way, I'm doing it I got to turn it upside down. It's just easier and quicker. So that's where we'll hopefully get done and flip around here, and at the end of the stream we'll go ahead and show the picture again, or unless somebody shows up and wants to see it, whatever happens there. So I'm going to go ahead and get on into it here, and we'll go from there. So, oh, and the cat just opened the door, figures. A little cracked. Hopefully he doesn't. Well, I mean, it's going to get hot out there today, so I don't mind if he comes back in. But, alright, we're going to go no glasses again today. So hopefully I'll see blurs if anybody says anything. Let's, okay, yeah. Without my glasses, I can't see the keyboard. Get some music going back here. In the background. Alright, now let's get going here. Now we're working on line 73 right now, so halfway was at 57 and a half, and I think we were working on 55, 56 last Thursday. I'm not sure exactly when I passed halfway. I really wasn't paying that much attention. I was just kept working and working, and didn't even really, I thought I was maybe around 68 or so, until shortly before the stream, and I was like, oh, really? Oh, 70? I didn't think I made it that far. And that's all because Sunday I got in Sunday morning, I got up, and I was actually feeling pretty good Sunday, and thought, okay, let's get some chainmail going. I got a session going. I was like, okay, I'm probably going to get me in at least a half an hour for the first one, get warmed up. I got about 16 minutes into it, and forgot what happened now. Something came up, and I had to stop streaming or stop videoing and whatnot, and there was a little bit of time after that. I was getting ready to come back to it and didn't get to it. Other things come up. Oh well, and the other part after the first little part, now I remember what it was. I got an order. I got a couple orders, so I ended up spending most of Sunday anyway working on orders, and that was all good. So I was like, what was it? And that's why I've got my pinky wrapped up today. I had a stainless steel, a normal bracelet, aluminum bracelet, and a biggie there, and it was a stainless steel wallet chain, so a little longer than normal. We got to 24 inches on that one, so I spent some time on that on Sunday, and I thought I was going to get back into it Sunday night, but then I forgot. We were going over to my mom's house, so I went over there for a bit, and so I never did get anything other than it was about 18 minutes or so on Sunday when I finally thought I was going to be having more, but yeah, it's about all I got on Sunday, and that was like, ugh, yucky. So Saturday wasn't all that great either. I think I think I got maybe a line and a half, maybe 2 lines. So, I mean, it was close to where I need to be per day, but I'm already quite a bit ahead of where I want to be per day. So, like I said, I'm not wearing my glasses, so if I'm missing any comments, give me a few. I'm going to put them on occasion and check, especially when I flip colors or whatnot. But yeah, so I mean, it was kind of a busy weekend, but I didn't get a whole lot done. I mean, I did get quite a bit done on this, though. Like I said, we were on line 55, 56. We're on 73 now. So whatever the difference is there, is it 16, 17, 18 lines, 5 days, you know, minimum would have been 10. So we're well ahead of where I wanted, at the minimum that I wanted to be at. So that was my goal of 2. Actually, it was 1.86 lines a day, I think, is what I needed to average to get it done by the date I wanted to. And we've definitely gotten ahead of that, though we've gotten quite a few hours in it. I've already processed my first. I basically separate all my video I'm doing into 10-hour chunks, and I put them in their own folder because that's all my video program will handle at a time. 10 hours worth, so I'm up over 50 hours. We're around 56 hours into this piece so far. Definitely, this is about how long I wanted the piece to take to begin with, and that's where, if I was using 1/4-inch rings, it would have been definitely probably a little bit smaller than this overall, but, we're definitely getting closer, but definitely longer than I wanted to. Like I said, I wanted to have a piece about 40, 50 hours. And that's what I was calculating for my ring count, or my RPMs. And yeah, I miscalculated. I wasn't taking into account 3/16" rings, 16 gauge here. That's a different calculation, and so I did not put in the right number, and it actually, when I was designing the piece, it actually was going to be quite a bit smaller. And then when I kept calculating, I was going, okay, this is about how much time I want to be able to get into it. The piece became bigger as we had gotten to here, where I was calculating, okay, this is how long it should take. And yeah, I noticed it right off the bat, actually, when I first started it. The first 3 lines I put together, you normally make that first ribbon starter piece, you know, and I was probably only a quarter ways into it. The first line, probably, 40, I guess it would have been about 120 rings, but 40 rings in the lines. And I was like, what did I do wrong here? And I started doing some calculations whenever I was taking breaks from doing that, and realized what I had done wrong, and then started calculating it up, going, oh man, this is going to be, my first calculation was, I don't normally try to overestimate all that kind of stuff. That's why I was like, 40 to 50 would maybe be 50 to 55. But the first calculation, I was at like 95 hours. I was like, oh my. Yeah, boy, that means I've got to do. And then that's when I started calculating. Because before I was like, that'll be no problem. My normal, if I would have went 50 hours, I was like, we would already be done with it by now. I was like 3-4 weeks, no problem, give me time. Now I'm also running up against a few events we got coming up. So that's, playing into everything too. Not that big of a thing, but I definitely got some things I need to do on that front, and I haven't gotten none of that done. Granted, I've still got 3.5 weeks till then, so I got time, but I know this is going to be eating up a good chunk of time too. I think yesterday I ended up getting in, I don't even know how many rows, probably quite a few. I mean, yesterday I made good progress. Definitely hands are sore. Again, one reason why the fingers taped up. I'm getting a blister ish kind of going on down there right at the crevice of my pinky. It's more like I'm pushing the skin down at the bend. I'm getting sore there, and it happens quite often when I start doing multiple sessions of chainmail a day, and I'm getting in, trying to, like I said, do minimum 2 hours in on this a day, if not more, which it has been more. Not counting all the other stuff that I have to do too. So normal house stuff, but also chainmail or laser work, orders, etc. I think this Sunday's order kind of threw me off in a way, just because normally they're small, quick orders that I get. I get an order normally, within an hour I can be almost done, if not done, packed up and ready to go. And that one, wallet chain's going to take longer. They're longer to begin with. So, okay, I'm not seeing any changes anywhere. I'm not seeing any red glowing blobs when I look over. So I'll continue on here. Like I said, I noticed the past week or so, 2 weeks, I've noticed that I can do a lot better chain mailing without my glasses on anymore. So, and without doing the video, I actually worked on the orders. I pulled out the old work table that I use, a little TV tray thing that I use when we go to events, and did it to the side because I didn't want to move this out of the way to do it. So that was a little different too. Not bad, but I was definitely over the top of it like crazy. I'm not used to it. When I sit here, my table comes up to mid-chest, sitting in my chair here. It's a fairly high bench. So sitting at the TV tray, I was lower. I lowered my desk chair down, and I was just like, wow, I'm just like all over this piece, man. I'm not used to it. But they're out. All the orders from the weekend are out and gone, so that's good. And then I do thank you guys for those orders, and anybody that has gotten our tutorials. We've got a couple out there that I've had fun with doing, and hope to have some more. And I've got some more ideas and some more things that I need to tutorialize in a way, so I don't talk about them a lot. But all comes down to time. I'm not necessarily slow, but I normally take my time on a lot of stuff I do. It drives me a little nuts myself, because I know if I try to go too fast, normally I'm going to miss things. But then I overcompensate and go overly slow on a lot of things. But I'd rather take my time than overdo it, and that's why there's some things that I've been wanting to put out there, I just hadn't yet. I still want to go through things, blah blah blahs, so. And then I postponed doing a lot of that stuff because I get so much other stuff going on. I'm actually kind of hoping to add more to the plate. Possibly building a decent sized shed-ish workshop outside. I've been looking at multiple different things. We looked at the containers and all this and all that. And I've been looking at, I've always been here this year, I've been looking at a lot of building codes because of the deck work we had to do. And so I've been looking, and I'm just thinking, it's probably going to be cheaper overall. It might take me a little bit longer, but if I just built it myself, so then there's a lot of reading and learning on that too. But if I can get some good footers going here before we get into winter time, and have that set, I could do some work through the winter. It shouldn't really take too long. I mean, I plan on getting everything all at once that I'm going to need for the most part, but it's something I have never done, so I don't want to overrush it. But I also do want to insulate it because it will be a workshop. I want to have it, decent enough that, it's not going to be huge, but a little bit of storage, enough room that I can work in there in rain or snow or whatever, That's the biggest thing that's always been an issue here. And kind of do it with our little garage tent thing. It does an okay job, but it takes up so much room of our back area pad here. One reason why I hadn't been able to grill or smoke any meats or cheeses lately, because I just don't have the room out there now to, I guess I can kind of do it, but it's just going to make it so much more difficult. And I don't like it to be difficult. I don't want it to be necessarily easy. I want it, well, everybody wants it easy, right? But that's why a lot of work bean stuff I put off for years because I just didn't have a place to do it. I'm kind of getting more and more spot here and doing more and more. So, but I need a finalized plan. I found plans online and stuff, but they're not exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm kind of doing my own plans. So then I also have to look up, coding codes and all that because I want to make sure it complies with all that and whatnot too. So, but also, work with how I want it to work. Like I said, I want to insulate it. I could do it cheaper without insulating it, but if it's something that I want to be able to work in, it doesn't have to be perfect insulated, but a little bit would help. So, and then like I said, just learning. I've done a lot of work on houses and whatnot through the years, but normally I'm always the helper, being told, okay, this is what we're going to do. And, that you learn that way too, but, sometimes you're just going through the motions, you don't know why you're doing them. Alright, those are all done. Let's go on to black. Had 77 of those. Eventually they'll start whittling down, and the frost is going to be my issue. I screwed that ring up right off the bat. The frost is going to be the issue that I don't even know if this piece is going to actually work. I've talked about it a couple times here and there. How many do I need here? 2. I guess I didn't need the other one. Since the frost rings are just a little looser, they're a little bit bigger. They're like at a AR of like 3.1-ish. The other rings, all my other colored rings, are more on the 3.01 to 2.97-ish. And the ones that I've played with, so I'm a little concerned on how the frost, I'm hoping, doesn't droop too much by the time it comes together at the end. I'm hoping I'll have enough of the other colors that'll kind of pull it up a little bit while we're kind of getting to that point, and that's why I haven't really said anything a lot, because I want to let the school know, I'm doing this piece, if you guys would like it. But then I'm like, well, I don't even know if it's going to work yet. So I don't want to say anything, because there could be some things I can do when I get to that point that will help it out and possibly work. But I won't know till we get to that point, and so it's just a matter of just keep playing and working it down until it gets done, until I can hang it and see what gravity will do to it. It's just going to be a little, I tried to hold it up, but I can't hold it up evenly all the way across, so you get natural droop when you don't have it across. So I'm actually looking at what kind of bar I'm going to hang it on right now. I've been kind of thinking about that and looking at a few different ideas on how to do it, and little end caps and stuff and whatnot. I thought about trying to maybe do a 3D printing something special up for the end caps of the bar. Still thinking about that though, but it is something I've had to start thinking about because I am going to be coming up on the close here soon. I still got a couple weeks going, but at least 3 weeks probably. Maybe a little sooner, it kind of depends. Thursday, I know we'll be back here on Thursday, but Thursday is also Chiefs Thursday, so actually tomorrow is going to be a little bit busy. I got a few errands to run out. Got to go get my Red Wednesday stuff going. I got some stuff I got to get set up. I don't put out till normally Red Friday, but Red Wednesday this week since our game starts on a Thursday. Our openers are on a Thursday this week. So tomorrow I will be a little bit busy too. It's going to be kind of a crazy week. Actually, to be honest with you, I always talk about how, I've always been busy with the band. September, October is just the crazy months for band. I got done doing the band stuff, and I thought, okay, we're going to kind of relax on the crazy for September, October. That hasn't happened. Yeah. Got all this going on. I kind of just keep adding to my own plate, though. nobody else but blame myself. But getting into finding the events and all that. But September is also me and my wife's anniversary coming up. I got my birthday coming up. I've got the North Kansas City band thing coming up here in 2 weeks. So it's like every 2 weeks we've got something going on. Well, when we get to Gladfest is the weekend after our anniversary. So it's like our anniversary weekend and Gladfest weekend. And then I guess it's 2 weeks after that because that's on the 1st. And then on the 11th I've got a dinner thing. And then on the 13th I got a football game. And well, I guess I have to go to the school for an assembly. I guess they're doing some type of, they do a thing for homecoming and assembly thing, all, you know. And since I'm being inducted into the Hall of Fame, I have to be there for that. So it'll be kind of busy up to that point, and then I'm hoping it might chill a little bit after that, but it won't. I know it won't. I was actually just looking last night for some early November events. Late October. Some that I would really love to get into, but they happen the same October. That first weekend of October is definitely a busy thing around the city with different events that I could get into. The more I keep finding more and more events, it's like, which one do I want to go to? I always wanted to do Gladfest for years because I always went to Gladfest with the band and all that. Alright, time to turn it around. So I've been doing that, and it's been nice, but I'm seeing some of these others that are getting a little bit bigger and doing a little bit more stuff that could be more interesting. So, something I've got to think about. I actually have saved quite a few links here over the past 2 days that I've been looking up events and finding different promoters and stuff like that that do multiple events in different areas. Some of them are getting a little pricey, but it's like I need to make the jump into some of these bigger, more pricier ones that I'm just afraid to do. I think I would do fine, but I'm just freaked out by it. So you want to spend $700 for a weekend and then go, okay, I spent $700. I need to pull in 2, 3 easy to make it worth it in a way. So, you know, that's those things. It's like, then if you don't, it's like, I've hit there. We've gone to medium-sized events, I guess you could say, and barely made back booth fees. So basically, it was kind of a wash, you know. Now, granted, that was a little early when I was not necessarily fully prepared. I hadn't done, you know, a lot of events before, and you know, the first couple of years were definitely a learning curve. And that I think part of that, though, also set me back a little bit, going, made me too tentative on going to some of the bigger events that I'm now more prepared for. We've got so many things anymore when we go to events. Most times I can't put everything out anymore in the space that we have. You know, I probably don't need to have as much stuff, but I can't stop making stuff, so what am I supposed to do? You know, I have a hard time not making something. So, you know, I'm going to make this bracelet up. I'm going to make it 2 or 3 different times in different sizes, different colors, different, you know. You do that for 50, 60 weaves plus up to 100. I know I've got like 55 weaves on my bracelet boards, and then, you know, a ton more outside of that. So I've never counted them up fully. One day I probably need to. Like I said, I need to figure out it'd be kind of neat to figure out how many rings I've actually done through the years, and I can only get probably even an estimate over the past 10 years. Before that, I don't think I could even fathom. I mean, now it wouldn't be nearly as much as what I've done in this last 10 years compared to what I did in like the first 15 years I did chain mailing. Definitely by far the last 10 years is leaps and bounds, tons more. But then it was just like I said, I just made crap stuff and crap wire. Some things I just put together, and within the hour they were wadded up in the trash. So I mean, it just kind of, do you count those? I mean, yeah, in a way, but because I'm like, I've probably well over 1 million rings done. Kind of, I mean, when I say that, at one point I'm thinking, there's no way. But then I'm like, well, okay, you know, just in inlays, you know, I'm up to at least 300,000 rings in just inlays that I've done, if not more. That's just a quick estimate. I'd have to, you know, when it's averaging 12, 13,000 rings per inlay, I've gotten 10 inlays easily. I mean, right there's you 100,000. That's not counting any of the smaller ones. Red 2. So, a bit. Oh, excuse me. Just something I thought about several different times, going, man, I just wish I had some way of counting rings that I've done. It'd be kind of crazy. And I'd love to be able to have that count on a lot of chain mailers that I follow and know that have been doing it for years, even more years. But then it's like, well, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I did use the rings, even though I made them, because I'm like, do you want to count the rings that I've made myself too? But I mean, yeah, I guess, because I mean, I made them to use them, and I have used them. So that was just a different process instead of just grabbing rings and building and going through the process of actually making them. It's just, you know, different and fun in its own way. Some people don't like it. Like I said, it's just different, you know. And what I kind of like about doing the chainmail, and I can just do different things all the time. I don't, you know, right now it's a basic 4-in-1. You're just doing a pattern that you've designed out. It can get a little tedious and boring at times, but during these times is when I think of other things that I'm working on. And I've come up with some, you know, different things, you know, techniques and ideas during all that too. So it's not without, you know, just sitting there doing this all the time, but these inlays, you know, I really love doing the inlays. They're just not, you don't sell a ton of them, but I just can't stop doing them. I just, you know, like I said, I've got so many that I show now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big ones that I show at shows. This will be 6. I've done 7 that I've sold. That one, and then I've got several smaller ones. We're talking maybe 1,000 rings with music notes and stuff like that. So, all right, let me do the glasses work here since I haven't had them on in a while. I don't think I missed anything. I kept looking, nothing looking bad. Everything's looking good. Where are we at in our time? About halfway through, so that's about good. Where I wanted to get through that line in a half an hour. The rest of that line in a half an hour. So we did that. So that worked out. Took a little longer, but I guess I need to find my stopper. Where's my stopper going to be on this one? We're 2 on the red. On that line. And the stopper will be through 1 white. So I don't have to count out 70 some odd rings. It's just easier. Come through. Find out where my first color change is going to be again. Put in that. I just call that my stopper ring. I could just put something else in there, but it's just as easy just to put the ring in that I'm going to be using when I get there. So, and now, no counting involved. Just weave away, weave away. So, a lot of frost coming up here. I've actually had to get out some more and clean up some more frost just yesterday. Because I was starting to get a little low. It's like, well, if I gotta clean it, better get it done before I'm gonna need them on the stream. So I probably had enough to make it to about stream time after I got done my little work this morning. But, you know, since we are at our half an hour, I guess I do want to say the thank yous again. I really do appreciate it. I know we don't get a lot of people in here all the time. I know we get some people drop in and check things out and take off. That's all good. I appreciate anybody that drops in. If you know, good way to help support us. Just give us likes, shares, and thumbs up, all that good stuff. You know, all the different, if you're on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, all of them use kind of a different type of matrix system to keep track of all that. But any of them help us, let people, I don't ever expect any of my streams to be like crazy streams like that are out there, but we're here to have some fun, so I just hope you like it. And give us a thumbs up on occasion, maybe a share. Or an order. If you ever get an order and want to see an order built, I was half tempted to wait and do a stream today with the wallet chain, but I didn't know if I should ask them, hey, do you mind waiting a day or two so I can do it on a stream? Felt a little weird, but if anybody does ever order and you want to see it built on a stream, if it's not a specially designed piece of somebody else's that I can sell and build, I just couldn't necessarily do it on a stream, that would be a little different. But if it's something, I'll let you know either way if you want something done. Or if you're just a watcher and want something, hey, why don't you build this? I'll be more than willing to give it a try. There are still weaves out there I need to figure out. I know of quite a few of them. Some of them I haven't done in years. I was just thinking the other day, I haven't done a hoodoo hex in forever. But then I've also seen some new weaves getting ready to come out here. Part of the group that I don't get to go join much, and it drives me nuts, but the Link Together group, Amy in there, she's got a new weave coming out. I think, what she call it? Chemical X, I think? Looks pretty cool. I haven't sat down and looked at it yet. I'm sure I can figure it out, but like all other weaves, I'll buy the tutorial just so, Now, I don't know if I'm going to build it first, then get the tutorial like I normally do. Or I could do what I do a lot of times too, is still buy the tutorial, but I haven't opened them because I figured them out. But I do want to support her in that. It looks like a cool weave. Like I said, I haven't really detailed it, but it looks cool. I'm ready to do it. But that's also one thing I want to, before I do it, I do want to wait till she puts out the tutorial. If I was to even figure it out on my own, it's like, if people have designed things and they say, no, I'm not going to do a tutorial for them, I'll immediately jump on it and try to see if I can figure it out, and if I liked it anyway, and do it. Other people like put out something new and everybody's like, hey, that's cool, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to work up a tutorial, and it's like, okay, I'm going to wait till at least the tutorial's out, then I'll, like I said, a lot of times I'll figure it out on my own anyway after the tutorial's out, but then I still get the tutorial, so. Looking forward to doing that one. There's a couple others that I saved pictures of here recently. That's how I find a lot of them. I'll just go do a search on chainmail, different ways of spelling it, different things, and do image searches, and just look through tons of pictures of different chainmail, and come across something that's cool, I'll save it. Also, I find things in the chainmail groups on Facebook, and I'll do the same thing though. If there's a cool something or other, I'll save it for later to come back and look at more, because especially on Facebook it's harder to come back and try to find it, seems like, unless you click on this or that and whatnot. I've never had any of the things where you're supposed to be able to follow it and you get updates, notifications if it gets a new post or something to it, but none of that ever seems to work for me. Thought I have it set up properly, but I never get, only I'll make a comment in it, but then I only get notifications if somebody makes a comment on my comment. Other comments don't go there, and some of the other laser places that I follow and whatnot, it'd be nice to get that. Ones that I've actually kind of, or just be able to say, hey, I want to come back and see what this is. It's supposed to be a page too, I guess. From what I understand, that has all your follow links on single post or something. Again, I haven't figured that out. I'm not super Facebook literate. I try the best I can, but the biggest problem is they change it so often. You finally figure something out, they change it again. I'm tired of freaking relearning the same thing over and over again, how to do it different ways every time. The only thing I want them to fix is be able to, on a computer, be able to upload a picture and video in one single post. I don't know why you can do that on a cell phone, but you can't do it on a freaking computer. Drives me absolutely bonkers. Now, it has been a little while since I've tried. I don't know if you still can or you still can't or not, but it always, gives you the option to upload from a different device on the computer. But again, you're limited to what you started. Either a video. If I started with a video on a computer, so it's going to let me upload from another device. Because I've tried to do that way by uploading a video from my computer and trying to upload the pictures from my phone. Yeah, and that didn't work. So like I said, I get kind of upset and ticked off at Facebook at times, and it goes for the business side of things too. They changed that side up so much. I've noticed now, like I said, I never get notifications now when I go live. Used to get them all the time. Never get one. So I don't know if you guys actually get notifications or not anymore. I'm unsure. So I liked how it was before, where I could kind of just be in one account and get to everything. Now you have to switch through to the different accounts to go do certain things, and I guess if you maybe do a lot of selling straight on Facebook, some of their new, I don't even know, a dashboard area for business Facebook or whatever. I don't know. Again, if you're a bigger business or something, maybe it's got a lot of stuff in there that's going to help you. I just feel it's a little overboard for a smaller business, per se. A lot of people might want to do, post and previews and set up posts to automatically post at some point. And that just feels so weird to me, ungenuine. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and set up a post. Here's some pictures. And I want this one to show up on Tuesday, this one to show up Thursday, this one on Friday. And it just feels so weird and not right to me. When I make a post, it's because I'm there, I'm making a post, and not something that I've scheduled for some other point. So, I don't know, there's a lot of things that just irritate me about it, trying to get back and forth into it, and back and forth out of it. Though, it used to be you kind of still get notifications, but when you get a notification that's related to the other one, and you click on the notification for that one, it auto switches you into that account, and before it didn't used to do that, and that's annoying, because it's either give me one or the other, but you need to have the notifications when you're not logged into that account in a way. I don't know, I just like the way it was before better. I still haven't figured out the new way, but I don't have time, like I said, to sit down and do that. I'm always doing so many other things. I'm trying to do my own coding for other websites and whatnot still too, so my own website. I still need to get into my own website. I need to do some major updates to it. And like I said, if you ever go to my website, it's only about 1/8 of what I have. I haven't gotten everything up on there. It's such a... I almost need a dedicated person to be able to do that. Somebody, that can do pictures and do updates and be able to keep that kind of thing rolling. Because I can do it, but then I get nothing done. Then I run out of stuff to do because I was doing that. So then I have to come back to this. So none of that gets done because I have nothing to go there yet. It's just a little vicious circle. But, I don't ever plan on becoming rich doing chainmail. I mean, that was never kind of the plan. I don't think, survive, I'm good. I'd like to be a little bit better than surviving, yes. But at least, I can say that I'm doing it. But I knew it was never going to be one of those, things where I'll be rich afterwards. But I've talked about it before, I don't think I'd ever want to be rich either. I don't, money's cool and everything, but it's too much money in a way I don't think I could ever really want. I mean, we got a house that's kind of small. I don't know if I'd really want a bigger house, though. All the stuff I have to do in this little house as is. I just don't know how I'd handle a bigger house, even if I had the money. I wouldn't want... maybe the only thing I'd like to change is maybe have more land so I wasn't so close to people. Give me 40 acres and put this house out in the middle of it, I would be extremely happy. Or a house this size, anyway. Maybe I would like to have my own built, roughly the same size with some minor changes, but overall, I'm happy with the size of our house. I mean, I don't need anything really much bigger. Other than, again, I'd add a bigger workshop. But that's not part of the house, so House-wise, it's perfect if I could just have a nice workshop, roughly the same size of the house. Hopefully I said that soft enough. It's like a buddy of ours that does our car work. He's got a piece of land up north here, and he's got this huge workshop he's building out there. It's going to be awesome. He's done. I'm just like, that's what I honestly wouldn't want anything quite that big, but he does so much other stuff and car work and stuff. But it would be awesome. I mean, as big as it's being, I don't know if he plans on living on it, making part of it livable. I'm not sure. I know he's always posted the funny memes of, this is the house I want, this huge place, garage, and a little bedroom over in the corner. Could be something like that. I don't know. But that'd be cool. I'd love to be able to buy a piece of land and do something like that, but never. Again, money talks, and don't have a ton of that. And you do what you do. So, quick squints. I don't see anything going on, though I don't know my time. But I don't think I'm anywhere near my hour yet. I'm gonna suggest probably 43 minutes. I guess I should get my glasses on and see how close I was to my 43 minutes. Where are we at? 41 minutes, so that's a little over. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Though, I'm going to have to go close the door because I came in. Yes, I see you, big boy. I can feel the heat building up. I knew you'd come in. He's over in the middle of my floor, plopped upside down, showing his belly. He wants me to pet him, but I don't want to get all furry right now. Just bring fur to the project. I don't like, that's why he doesn't get up on my table here. I don't want the kitties next to him get all fur-balled my stuff. They already fur-balled me enough. I don't even want my chainmail furred up. So, let's see. Today is Tuesday. Like I said, tomorrow's Wednesday. I gotta get up early. I'm gonna go up and get my cheese flags for Red Wednesday. Still, that didn't even sound right saying Red Wednesday. We've never had a Red Wednesday that I can remember. Well, start of the season. I guess I was debating the other day. I don't even remember who it was. I think I was talking with my daughter about it. She goes, like, I hear Red Friday often, and normally, I guess they do kind of every week call them Red Fridays, wear your red for Friday before the Chiefs game. To me, the Red Fridays are just for the opening home openers the week, that Friday before, being a Thursday opener. It's Wednesday this week, so it's a little weird, but to me, that's the only one. The rest of the times, I still wear my red on Friday, but I don't call it Red Friday. It's just the home opener to me. That's when you can get your Chiefs flags, and this year will be another championship flag. I missed the pre-order. I tried to pre-order, but I seen the date, had it in my head, but I just totally missed it. And actually, by the time I got there, I actually missed it by like 5 minutes. It was like 12:05 or something when I got there, and pre-orders were gone. And it was like, really? Sad thing was, I was there like 2 days before checking it out, going, well, there's not even a place for it yet. I just like it better I've done that a couple years. It's easier. They're more expensive that way, but they're easier to get than. Sometimes some of these lines around here can get insanely crazy getting these flags, and I didn't go that year. I think it was my oldest. Somebody went, and they had to go to like 2 stores, 3. Before they find some that were in stock, so we'll see how early I wake up tomorrow, I guess. Though lately I've been waking up pretty early. Yesterday I was up at like almost 5 o'clock, a little after 5. Today was 5:45 when I first woke up. Finally got up out of bed at like 6:05. But I have had a couple, I think that's what happened over the weekend that kind of threw off getting some more done on this too, was I ended up napping quite a bit this weekend. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but every day I was taking about an hour or hour and a half nap. And that just throws everything off because, yeah, it might only be an hour and a half nap, but it's like a stream here. There's more involved before the nap, after the nap, of waking up, getting, to nap time. Time you're done, it's a 2.5 hour ordeal. If you only slept for the hour and a half. Usually for 2.5 hours, next thing you know, it had become a 3.5, 4 hour ordeal. At least for me, because I don't wake up from naps in a necessarily a happy mood. It's about like waking up in the mornings. You got to give me a few. Let me get, I need to go through my processes of boot up. That's what I've always kind of thought about. It's like, in the mornings, I'm more boot up in the morning. I don't wake up. I'm more boot up. You got to give me time for, okay, RAM's processing, and I'm not near as fast as a computer on boot up. I'd be more like a Captain Caveman computer boot up. Give me time. Give me time. What did I just say, Captain Caveman? Jeez, that's an oldie. Captain Caveman. What it was, I don't know how. And maybe I was just thinking of that because it's like Woody Woodpecker, but then I was like, why is Woody Woodpecker in my head? And I just had that in my head like a couple days ago. I think it was Saturday. I don't know how. Sometimes I come across some weird videos sometimes when I start out in something totally different, but somehow, algorithms start changing, suggesteds, and you start, I don't even know how I started, but next thing I know, I end up coming across a bunch of slow motion woodpeckers making holes in trees. It amazed me. I probably watched 30 minutes of video of slow motion woodpeckers. Sometimes I get into some weird videos sometimes like that. Just, how did I get there? Actually, I think it all started, I was watching a couple videos for making footers for sheds, because we were just, we were talking about sheds, so I've been looking up a lot of shed stuff. So I think it was into that, and then with that, then, you get the suggestions on the side, and I'm looking over there, and didn't see anything I was necessarily, I'd watched 2 or 3 of those videos, and I was like, okay, so I'm looking at the suggestions, then it moved on to something about, like, log style sheds. And then within that, I come up on a video of them cutting down trees to make a log cabin. And along with that came the video that now was them cutting down trees to make a log cabin, but they were using the trees that were kind of rotted out, parts of the trees that were no good, they were putting through a chipper. But they're putting it through the chipper, next thing you know, this video is of they're trying to throw this log in there. Next thing they know, there's a chipmunk in it, and it was running out. So they're trying to pull the log out of the chipper. It wasn't getting dragged in, but the chipmunk kept wanting to go in it. So then somehow it comes across. Next thing I'm watching videos of, is that weird process of how you get to some things is just kind of weird. But yeah, I started out with watching footer videos for making shed footers, and ended with woodpeckers in slow motion. So yeah. All from suggestions. Not something I went looking for. We got a pretty good chunk done. I mean, we got more than a row done already. Because we were only probably halfway through the main body white, coming down. Probably right in there, we come across and back up. So we're past our probably a line. Easy. Sneak this last one in here. It's the only problem when you put in a stopper ring. It's a little harder to get that one in there, but it depends on what color it is right now. Normally when I'm working with my 1/4 inch inlays, I don't have that kind of issue anyway, but this a little more so because of the weirdness. Alright, let's get back into on my chart here. Only 2 more. Let me squint. I don't think I'm missing any comments. Oh, maybe. Just going over there on Twitch. I can't quite see. Oh, no, just some... That's a little weird for that to show up there, but okay. Okay, yeah, didn't look like I missed anything. Glasses off. Back to me. So yeah, today is Tuesday. We'll be back on Thursday again. I'm hoping we can get a few more lines in by Thursday. Normally, between Tuesday and Thursday, you won't see a big change. Minimum I'll get 2-3 lines in between those two. It depends on, today I've actually gotten in 2 lines before the stream. We're getting in a 3rd line on the stream. I'm hoping to actually get in more later today, but I do know I need to get a few things done. Like I said, tomorrow will be some running around, actually a little bit more now that I think about it. I need to make a run to Costco tomorrow too. It's going to be actually a pretty nice day tomorrow. Today's hot, and then we're supposed to drop down to like 82 tomorrow, so it'll be kind of a nice day for a couple days, I guess. Several days we're supposed to get pretty nice. And seen early next week the high of like 78, and I'm like, woohoo! Those are my days, man. Start me out in the 60s and just warm up into the 70s, low 70s. That's my days. Get stuff done outside, but I'm like, I've got so much going on, I'm not going to be able to get much time out there. I'll probably push a little bit more. Try to get a little more time out there. And just don't have that late night oomph anymore that I used to have when I used to stay up late, working until 1 or 2 in the morning because they don't go to bed till 3 or 4. So it's definitely been kind of weird. But I'm kind of digging it in a way too. And trying to just kind of get used to everything that's been changing here lately. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And it's definitely been a little bit different, but we're figuring things out as we go. Definitely been stressed out a little bit more than usual, but that hopefully will kick off at some point. We'll see. Though I will say, August was kind of I am stressed, but business-wise, we've actually had a pretty decent July, August so far with our events that we've had and online sales. So, I can't complain on that front. Would I like it to be more? Oh yeah, but what we're doing now at least keeps us open and keeps us doing things and being able to do new things. So it's always it's a good thing. I didn't look at the time when I put on my glasses last, did I? Did I? No, I was just blurring it. I guess I just squinted for colors and put them on to see a time, but I think we're still probably only around 50. So we're going to go a little bit more here. Ordering. Now, if you haven't heard me say it, this is actually the Winnetonka High School's Griffin logo mascot. Is a griffin. Right now I'm just doing the griffin head portion. They use it in a lot of different ways. It's just the head instead of the whole body. I thought about doing the whole body, but it would have made it a lot bigger, or it would have been less detailed. So I decided to go with the head. I'm hoping to donate it to the school. I'm going to ask them. If they don't want it, that's all fine. It's not going to hurt my feelings any, but just something that I felt like this was the time I wanted to build it. I've had 3 projects related to the school I wanted to do. Something related with the Griffin, the W, and a Tonka Bands related thing. And I've done the W, now I'm doing this one. If they take it, great. If not, it will become mine. And I've said before, I don't make a lot of pieces for myself, and that's why I was like, well, if they want it, great. If not, it will be mine. I do kind of consider the Mahomes jersey mine, but as my daughter would say, you'd be willing to sell it at the right price for the right person, right? And I'm like, well, probably. I hate to say it, but she got I say it, and then she's like, no, you wouldn't. But I think that changed actually last year at Gladfest when I sold my Mega Minion, or my Mega Chanion. That I didn't think that I would sell. Honestly, I built it more kind of for myself in a way, more just to see if I could build something bigger. Plus, I was testing out the new 3D printed inside. Somebody wanted it. I gave them a price. They took it. I took it. So she's like, yeah, I think you probably would sell it if it was the right price, the right time, you know, type thing. I'm like, possibly. Okay. Quick glasses check, man. 55. Oh, pickups. Little 7 frost here. I had to move my rings from the top because I was running out of room where I had to slide this up. I was starting to get out of camera. 7. I said 7, right? Yeah. So, but going this way it's okay because it's standing up that way. When I'm going the other way and I turn it around, it's normally hanging off in front of me. So I got a lot of open space during those times, but I didn't feel like moving the rings back and forth every time. They'd probably look a little silly too, maybe. And in a time lapse, who knows? Everything's so time lapse though. Like I said, I've got to compress. It's 1,000 times the first round to take 10 hours down to about an hour. Then I do it a second time to take the hour down to 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, right in there. And then since I've now got my first 5 done, I took my first 50 hours that were down to 25 minutes and took it down to 2.5 minutes. And it'll probably go a little bit more once I get the second half done. A few more hours and I'll have, I don't know, what was this, folder 6? Yeah, because I'll be in the 60 hours once I get up to this folder being full. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Definitely faster than the last couple we've done. Slower than I would still like to do, but everything is always slower than I would like it to be. This old age thing is just making things so much slower. My brain still can't comprehend. It knows things are going to take longer, but it doesn't like it at all. So, since we are closing up here, I don't have my glasses on yet, but I'll just go ahead and do my ending spiel. I do want to thank you all for joining us. If you joined us early on and watched any, or if you're just joining us later, watching the video as it is later, I do appreciate it. You can still give thumbs up and likes later on and shares later on, so don't forget to do that. On any of the platforms, there are different ways of doing it between Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you think I should maybe add another platform, just let me know. I can, but those are the ones we're on. We're on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:30 p.m. Central. Early afternoon, grab you if you're in the Midwest or somewhere. It's around lunchy time. You can grab you some lunch, come watch me do some chainmail, and have you a nice little break there. Otherwise, like I said, I do appreciate everybody that watches, comes, checks us out, and all that good stuff. But we're going to go ahead and close up for the day. I think we're getting pretty close. Put my glasses on, check things here. I wanted to show the picture again, though, so that's why I kind of wanted to stop here and give a few minutes for that, see where we're at here. Like I said, we're making pretty good progress. We're about right in here, I think, when we were on the last stream Thursday. So we got pretty good done. Like I said, working on row 74 now, so we're getting ready to finish 74 up. This is what we're going for. It looks a little chicken scratchy right now because I've been marking different times. I need to mark different lines more so when I'm putting in my stopper rings. So a little marked up, but that's the basics of what we're going for. I think it's coming out pretty good, actually. Like I said, the only thing I'm going to be concerned is this maybe a little bit of I don't know yet, just droop. I'm not sure how it's going to work. We'll see how it works out, but we'll continue on. We don't have a ton left, like I said. 75, just at 25 plus 15, so 40 lines left here coming up pretty soon. So at the most, if I only got 2 a day, that would take me, what, 20 days? Under 3 weeks? And we're definitely going to do under 3 weeks then, because I'll get more than that done on average, unless something weird happens, but you know, knock on, where's the my wood? Knock on wood, nothing crazy happens. Hopefully things keep smoothing out, but otherwise, I do thank you all for joining us tonight, or this afternoon, and we'll be back on Thursday, so don't forget to subscribe and come check us out on Thursday. Peace.
There's